A very good morning to Prof. Madhya, Dr. Mohammad Zakri, and to my fellow classmates. My name is Lokesh Dharan, metric number 82099095. Today I'll be teaching you guys two topics. Topic one is conditional formatting and KPI indicators. Topic two is bookmarks and interactive page navigation. So what we'll learn today is for topic one, conditional formatting and KPI indicators, we'll be learning how to use color scales, heat maps, data bars in cell bars, KPI traffic light icons. And for topic two, bookmarks and interactive navigation, we'll be using selection pane and bookmarks, multiple views on one page, clickable navigation buttons. So what datasets we'll be using today is we'll be using a BDARA dataset from sales period of 2019 to 2022 and as an agents dataset of 141 agents across 12 states. And then we'll divide it into four regions: central, northern, southern, and east coast. So before we continue to conditional formatting and KPI indicators, topic one, I'll be teaching you guys how to import the dataset into Power BI. First, you guys need to have Power BI and open it. Once you guys open it, if you are guys using it for the first time, it will prompt a sign in option. Once you guys sign in, click on the blank report. Once you guys click on the blank report, it will open up a report view where you'll see a blank canvas. Okay, so next is we are going to import the sales of 2019 to 2021. In the home ribbon, click on get data and click on Excel data, Excel workbook and click on connect. Once you connect, search for your data set where you saved the 2019 to 2022. Click on sales 2019. Once it's loaded, click on check on the checkbox of sheet 1 and it will show the data set, the table for the data set. And then click on load. The data now is loaded. You should see a new table in the data pane on the right called sheet 1. And now we're going to rename it to sales 2019. Sales underscore 2019. Enter. And we are going to do the same thing to import sales 2020 and sales 2021. Connect sales 2020. Load. Rename. For 21. So workbook. Connect. Another one. Load. Rename. Once you done that, now you'll see a 3 data sets in the data pane. Now we are going to import sales of 2022. But this one will be a little different. So first, in the home tab, click on get data. Click on Excel workbook, connect, and then navigate to your sales 2022. Click on open. Once it is loaded, check on the sheet 1. And instead of load, we are going to do transform data. Once you click on transform data, it will open a Power Query where you can adjust what's necessary. First, we're going to change this first row as our header because the header right now is just saying that column 1, column 2, column 3 until column 10. So we're going to change it into row 1. So click on column 1 and then in the home tab, in the transform ribbon, go to choose use first row as headers. Once you there, you can see the first row now became as a header. Now, the next step is we are going to unpivot columns 1 to 8 into rows. First, select the date column, and then by holding your control key on your keyboard, click on agent's ID. It will highlight date and agent's ID column. And then right click on one of the headers to unpivot the columns. There are three options, but we are going to choose unpivot other columns. Once you're done there, you can see the columns 1 to 8 has become attribute and values. Now we're going to rename the attribute column to product ID. Product.id. And then we are going to rename the value column as amount. Once you did that, click on close and apply. Now we're going to combine all the data sets into one table. But before that, rename the sheet 1 into sales 2022. Okay, so now we are going to continue with the next step of combining all sales data into one table. In the Home tab, click on Transform Data. It will open the Power Query again. In the left pane, click on Sales 2029. In the Home tab of the Power Query, click Append Queries. Then select Append Queries as New. So in the Home tab, you will see the combined ribbon. There will be an option called Append Queries. Click on the small arrow and then click on Append Query as New. Once you've done that, there will be a pop-up. Click on 3 or more tables. And then now we're going to transfer the available tables to append. So click on Sales 2020. Click on Add. It will move to tables to append. Do the same for 2021 and 2022. Once you're done there, click on OK. It will open a new table called Append 1. Right-click the Append 1 in the left pane and rename it to Sales. Sales. Once you've done that, right-click on Sales 2019 and we are going to uncheck the enable load. So we only can see sales table in the data pane later. Continue. Do the same for 2020 and 2021 and also 2022. Once you're done there, click on close and apply again. As you can see, now only the sales table is available. Now we are going to import the products table. On the Home tab, click on Get Data again. Click on Excel Workbook, Connect, and then search for your products table. Click on Open. Once it's loaded, check the product sheet and click on Transform Data. Once you're in the Power Query of the product sheet, we are going to change the row into columns. So in the transform tab, click on transpose. Once you done there, you can see the rows became the columns. Now we are going to do the same step we did for sales 2022 just now by changing the first row as its header. Go to home tab again, and then by highlighting column 1, click on use first row as headers. Once you done that, rename the name column name to product and the category column into product category. Uh, category. And then we need to make sure the price column is set to a number type by right click on the price column, go to change type and use decimal number. Once you done that, click on close and apply. Now we are going to rename the product sheets into products. Once you done that, go to home tab again. Now we are going to import the agent's data. Click on get data. This time click on text or CSV. Click on connect. Search for your agent's data. Click on open. Once it's loaded, click on transform data. Now, as you can see, the location has two things in one column. The city and state is merged together. Now we are going to separate them by city and state. So click on location, highlight it, and then go to, then in the home tab, click on split column. You can see the split column in the transform ribbon. Click on the small arrow, click on by delimiter. This tab, you are going to separate the city by state. As you can see, the common things that is being separated is by the small divider. And we are going to do the small divider of 5 as you can. And then we going to click on OK. Once you done there, you can see the city and state has been separated successfully. Now we're going to rename the location 1 to city and location 2 as state. And then rename the ID to agent ID. Agent dot ID. Once you run that, click on close and apply. And before we continue to creating the relationship between the tables, we are going to create a new table called date table. So in the go to the modeling tab, click on new table. You'll see a formula bar pop up. Clear it and type as I say date equals to calendar auto. Click on tab, you will see a open bracket and you do a close bracket and click on enter. Now you can see a date table over here. It automatically create a date table of sales 2019 to sales 2022. Once the date table is created, right click on the date table, click as mark as date table. a pop-up will appear. Toggle this on and then choose a date column, choose date and save. Once you done that, the date table is completed. Now we are going to go to model view to do the relationship between the tables. Model view. You can see all the tables has been loaded. And there is already one relationship between one of the tables. Okay. Now we are going to create the relationship between each tables. So from the products ID, drag the ID to sales tables of product ID. You can see the relationship pop up and you choose the proper connection or relationship between this table. So from table of products to table of sales, one product ID can handle many product ID of sales. Save. And then from the date table, you are going to drag the date to sales date. Same for this, do the same. Set the relationship and then click on save. Once you've done that, check all your relationship whether it's correct or not. If it's not correct, do it again. And then once you're done, go back to report view. In the data pane, far right, click on the sales table. But before that, let us just rename the agents data to agents. Agents. And then now click on sales table. In the top ribbon, click on new column. New column. In the formula bar, type the DX formula. Clear the formula bar first. Type revenue goes to sales sales amount times related products price. Okay. Then close bracket. Enter. Now you can see a new column called revenue appears, the sum of revenue. If you want to confirm whether the revenue has been successfully created, go to the table view, click on sales to open the sales table, and you can see the revenue. And go back to report view. Now we are going to group the city and regions into 4 different regions. Click on the agents. Right click. On the state column. And then click on new group. Pop-up box will appear. Change the name to region. And then now we are going to group into 4 different regions. Select Johor, Melaka and Negri Sembilan. Click on group. Click on Johor, Melaka and Negri Sembilan in the groups and members. Right click it or double click it and rename it to Southern Region. Southern Region. And then next we are going to group Penang. Click on Penang. Use your control key, hold and select Kedah, Perak and Perlis and group. And now double click and rename it to Northern Region. Northern Region. Then next is Pahang, Terengganu and Kelantan. Terengganu and Kelantan. Click on group. Then double click it, rename it to Eastern Region. Eastern Region. And then group Federal Territories and Selangor. And rename it to Central Region. Central Region. Confirm whether you created all the 4 regions. Then click on OK. Now you can see there's a region column. Now we are going to format the revenue as Malaysian Ringgit. In the data pane, click on revenue column in the sales table. Click the currency format button. This is the currency format button in the formatting table. Search for MYR. RM. Okay. You can check by going to table view and click on revenue. You'll see the currency changed into RM amount. Okay. Now you have import all the data set into the Power BI. Now we are going to continue with topic 1. What is conditional formatting? Conditional formatting automatically applies visual cues to your data based on rules you define instead of reading every number. Managers see colors, bars, and icons that instantly communicate performance, which is color scales, gradient backgrounds from light to dark based on value, high equals to dark, low equals to light. And the next thing is data bars, horizontal bars inside cells, longer bar equals to higher value, quick visual comparison, and lastly, KPI icons for traffic lights, green, yellow, or red, next to values showing performance status. First, we are going to create a matrix table. Create a new page and rename it to KPI dashboard. Then we are going to click on the canvas. Then select the matrix visual from the visualization pane. Drag the product category, products table or rows. Drag products table to rows below product category, and then drag region to agents table of columns. Then drag revenue from sales table to values. So we are going to do this one by one. So go back to your Power BI. Rename this canvas to KPI dashboard. KPI dashboard. Also, before we proceed further, we need to save this uh, blank report first. So go to Files, Save As, save where you want to save this Power BI. Save. Once you saved, now we are going to proceed with topic 1. Click on Save first. Okay. Now that's saved. Click on the empty space of the canvas. Look at the visualization pane on the right. Find and click on the matrix icon. Matrix icon. This is the matrix icon. Click on it. There will be an empty matrix placeholder appears on the canvas. Now we need to add data to the matrix at the data pane. Expand the products table by clicking the arrow next to it. Okay. Drag product category from the products table and drop it into the rows. Well, product category from products table to rows. Once you drop it here, you can see the product category appear in the matrix. Next, we are going to drag product from the products table and drop it into rows. Well, products from products table to rows. Now you can see it created a hierarchy, categories on top and individual products underneath. Okay. Next, we're going to expand the agents data and drag region into the columns. Well, region into columns. Now you can see all the 4 regions appear. Next, we're going to expand the sales table. Drag revenue into the values. Well, it should automatically add the sum of revenue into the matrix. Resize the matrix as you see fit and make your canvas look neatly. So next step is we are going to apply background color scales. Click on matrix to select it. Click the format icon paint roller in the visualization pane. Expand cell elements. Select sum of revenue in the series drop down. Toggle background color on. Click the effects button next to it. Set the format style as you fit. Minimum white, maximum dark blue. Click OK. So still in the matrix table, in the visualization pane, look for the format your visual icon. Click on that and then you'll see several formatting sections. Look for cell elements and click to expand it. Cell elements and click cell elements. Okay. Inside cell elements, find the series drop down and select sum of revenue. Series drop down, sum of revenue. Find the option called background color. Background color. Toggle the switch on. Now you can see the background colors on. Then click on the FX button of the background color. Here you can change the color you want for the background color. Once you choose your favorite background color, click on OK. You can see your matrix now as a background color in your preferred style. If you don't like it, you can just go back to the FX button and change it. Click on OK. Next, we are going to add data bars. Turn off background colors first to keep it clean. In Style Elements, find data bars and toggle on. Click FX button to customize. Set positive bar color to blue or green or your preferred color. Leave show bar only off. Shows number plus bar together. Click OK. Okay. So first thing, we are going to toggle back the background color first. Find the data bus option and toggle it on. Data bus and toggle it on. Now you can see there are data bus in your matrix pane, matrix table. Click the FX button in the data bus. Select the positive bar to your preferred color and your positive bar. I want to change more colors. I want to change it to one light green. And then negative bar to maybe red. Okay. You can click on the show bar only to only show the bar instead of the revenue or the sum. But for now, we will just leave it off and click OK. Once you've done that, we are going to proceed to the next step. Create the growth measure. Before adding traffic light icons, we need to add a growth measure. We'll use a quick measure, no coding required. Right click on the sales table in the data pane. Select new quick measure. Under calculation, choose year over year change. Drag revenue into the base value field. Drag date into the date field and click OK. Rename the measure to percentage growth. In measure tools, change format to percentage. Drag percentage growth into the values well of your matrix. Why we are using quick measure is quick measure lets you create common calculation through a simple drag and drop interface. Power BI writes a DAX formula for you automatically behind the scenes. In the sales table, right click the sales table and click on new quick measure. The new quick measure, you can see select a calculation to create a measure. Select under calculation, select year over year change. Year over year change. Change. The time intelligence, click on year over year change. Then the base value, drag revenue into the base value. And then for the date, drag date into the date field. As you can see, there's an error because we drag the date table from the sales, but we need to drag the date from the date table. Now you can see the error is gone. Once you done that, click add. It will automatically create the coding. Now you can see a new column called sum of revenue created. Now we're going to rename it to percentage growth. Rename percentage growth. Select on the percentage growth. Look at the top ribbon for measure tools. Find the format drop down and change it to percentage. Format percentage. Now we are going to drag the percentage growth from the data pane into the values well of your matrix next to sum of revenue. So go back to your visualization. The values, drag your percentage growth under sum of revenue. Now you can see there's new column percentage growth. Now that we are done with that, we are going to proceed with. So the next step is apply traffic light icons. In cell elements, change series to percentage growth. Toggle icons on and then click on the FX button. Set the format styles rules. Set icon layout left of data and then click OK. The rules to configure is the below of the table. Green circle for conditions, value more than or equal to 0.2 percentage. Yellow circle for more than 0 and less than 0.2, and red circle less than 0. So go back to your Power BI. With the matrix pane still selected, expand the cell elements section. Go back to your format your visual. Go to your cell elements section and then click on percentage growth. Once you click on percentage growth, find the icons option and toggle it on. Icons option and toggle it on. Once you're done there, click on the FX button. A dialog box will appear. Now we are going to change the rules and styles. So the first rule will be if value more than or equal to -1, number less than 0, number, change this icon to green circle. And then second rule, if value more than or equal to 0, number less than 0.2, number, change the icon to yellow circle. Then third rule is if value more than or equal to 0.2, 0.2, number and equal less than or equals to 1, number, change the icon to red circle. Once you done that, check all the rules and then format style apply to all needs to be the same. Once you confirm that, click on OK. Now you can see all the traffic light icons appear. And you can see almost all of it as a red traffic light icons. The red circle means the KPI icons declining product revenue needs urgent actions. That's it for topic 1. Now we'll continue with topic 2. Bookmarks and interactive page navigation. What are bookmarks? Bookmarks save which visuals are visible or hidden on the page at that moment, like a snapshot. For selection pane, list all visuals with an eye icon to show or hide each one, controls what each bookmark captures. And the buttons, clickables, shapes linked to bookmarks. Clicking a button activates its bookmark view. So we'll build 3 views. First view it will be the sales view. Sales view will have cards, bar chart, and line chart. The view 2 will be regional analysis, a 3 map stack bar, and a matrix with KPI icons. And the view 3 will be product performance, 3 map, donut, and table. So first, we are going to create a new page and rename it to interactive dashboard. Leave space at the top for navigation button. Add a card visual, drag revenue into fields, shows the revenue. Add another card, drag amount into fields. Add clustered bar chart, state in the y-axis, revenue in the x-axis. Add line charts, date in the x-axis, revenue in the y-axis. Arrange visuals neatly below the button area. So go back to your Power BI, create a new canvas, rename it to interactive dashboard. Interactive dashboard. Now we are going to leave some space over here in the top left for adding buttons later on. Now we're going to add a card visual. In the visualization pane, search for card visual. Card. Yeah, card. Okay, card. Drag it and then change the size as you want to. Okay. Now we are going to drag revenue from the sales table into the fields well. Drag revenue from the to values. Key. Now you can see the value of the sum of revenue will be shown as 60.16 million. Okay. Next, we are going to add the second card visual. Click on the empty space first and then click on card. Then drag it by you want to keep the second card. And then arrange the card as you see fit. Okay, and then click on the new card. In the visualization pane, drag amount from the sales table into the fields well. Drag amount from the sales table into the values. Now you can see the sum of amount is 5 million. Now we are going to add a clustered bar chart. Click on the empty canvas. Select the clustered bar chart icon from the visualization pane. Clustered bar chart. Stacked, stacked, clustered bar chart. Okay. Once you done that, place it where you want to be and resize it. Now we're going to drag state from the agents table, into the y-axis and revenue from the sales table into the x-axis. This shows the revenue by state. Now we are going to add a line chart on the empty canvas. So click on the empty space of the canvas and then select line chart icon. Line chart. And then resize it and then now we are going to drag date from the date table into the x-axis. And then we are going to drag revenue from the sales table into the y-axis. Now you can see the line chart. Resize all your visualization and make it to fit the canvas perfectly. But leave the top left space for your buttons later on. Okay. So the next step, we are going to save bookmark and build view 2. So to save the first view, click add in the bookmarks pane, rename it to sales overview, right click it and uncheck data. And then for view 2, we're going to hide visualize view 1's visuals, add a 3 map, add a stack bar, and add a matrix with KPI icons. So click the view tab in the top ribbon and click on bookmarks. You can see a bookmarks pane over here. Then we're going to click on selection in the view tab as well. So there'll be another pane called selection in your beside your canvas. In the selection pane, it lists all the visuals on the current page with an eye icon to each one. So we are going to save this bookmark in the selection pane. The selection pane, verify that all 4 visuals are visible. Eye icons are showing on. In the bookmarks pane, click on add. This will add this first view as bookmark 1. Right click it and select rename and type sales overview. Rename sales overview. Enter. Then right click again on sales overview. Then you can see There are a few things that has been checked. Now we are going to uncheck data. This ensures the bookmark does not overwrite any slices or filter that users may have set. Make sure current page up and all visuals are checked. Okay, so once you uncheck the data, make sure the current page and all visuals are checked. Then now we are going to create view 2. So in the selection pane, click the eye icon next to each of the 4 sales overview visuals to hide them. Hide, 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 and hide. Now let's create the new visuals. On the empty canvas, add a tree map. So for now, we can close this selection and then add a tree map into the new visual. Tree map. Tree map. Then as usual, leave this top left for your buttons. Bring it over here or place it where you feel it looks good. And then drag region from agents table into category. Okay. Then drag revenue from sales table into the values. This shows 4 colored rectangles, one for each region sized by revenue. Okay. Now we're going to add a stack bar chart. Click on the empty canvas and add a stack bar chart from your visualization pane. Stacked bar chart. Then drag state from your agents table into y-axis and revenue from your sales table into your x-axis. And product category from products table into your into the legend well. Products category into the legend well. So now you can see a few stacked products on your state. Now we are going to add another visualization of matrix. Add matrix to your canvas. Matrix. Drag region from your sales from your agents table into rows and drag product category from your products table into columns. And then revenue from your sales table into values. And optionally, you can apply the KPI traffic light formatting you learned in topic 1 into this matrix table as well. So to do that, you go to format your visual, go to cell elements, click on sum of revenue, click on icons. You can add your traffic light icons, set the rules, and the traffic light icons will appear over there. But for now, we are going to leave it off and go to bookmark and save this as bookmark 2. So in the selection pane, double check the 4 overview visuals should be hidden and the 3 regional analysis visuals should be visible. So these are the 4 visuals we created just now and it's hidden. And this the 3 visuals that we created just now is visible. Now in the bookmark pane, add the new bookmark and right click and rename it to regional analysis. Regional analysis. Click enter and then right click again and uncheck the data. Then once you done that, we are going to go to the next visual. But before that, we need to hide the visuals that are here right now. So hide, hide, and hide. Now we're going to create the new visualization. So for now, we'll close this selection and bookmarks and open the visualization pane. Then in the empty canvas, click on the empty space and add a tree map. Tree map. Tree map. And as usual, leave the top left as empty. Now drag products from product table into category and revenue from the sales table into values. Revenue into into values. This shows each Bidara product as a rectangle. Te Bidara, Kopi Bidara, and Coco Bidara should appear as the largest rectangle. Now we are going to add a donut chart. Click the donut chart icon. Donut chart icon. Then drag product category from the products table into the legend well. And then revenue from the sales table into the values well. This shows the percentage split between the beverage sachet, health products, and others. Okay. Now we are going to add another visual, table visual. Click the table icon, drag product, table icon, then drag product from the products table into the columns well. So drag sum of revenue from the sales table to the product into the columns and then drag percentage growth as well into the columns. Now that you added, this gives a detailed product by product breakdown. Now you can arrange these visuals neatly on the page, but leave the top left space for your buttons later on. So in the next step, we are going to add navigation buttons. The insert tab, add buttons in the blank space, position at the top of the page, format pane, set button text, sales overview, action sections, toggle on, type by bookmark, select the matching bookmark, repeat for region analysis and product performance buttons. Style with fill color, and font size. Okay. So before we proceed to the adding navigation buttons, we are going to do the same thing we did for the sales overview and regional analysis. So in the bookmarks pane, click add bookmarks and rename it to product performance. Rename uh performance. Then right click again and uncheck the data. Okay. Once you uncheck the data, now we are going to add the buttons. In the insert tab, the top ribbon, click buttons. Select the blank button. Then resize it. And you can duplicate this button and two more times because we need for three visuals. So copy, duplicate, and then resize it and then place it where you want it to be. Okay. Once you've done that, click on the first button and then in the format pane, what's this bookmarks, format pane, expand the style section and find button text, click it and type sales overview. Style section, toggle this on and then change the text into uh, sales overview. Overview. Then you can change the font size as you see fit. The old. Then you can change the color fields if you want to. We'll choose that. This. Then border shadow, you can adjust all this as what you prefer. Shadow or window. Black, cake, mail, blue is not nice. Now we're done with the format. Now we're going to link the button to a bookmark. The format pane, explain the action section. Select toggle this off button to on. And then the action, we're going to click on bookmark. Then the bookmark will be sales overview. Okay. Now that your first button is done, do the same for the next two buttons. Style, Google, text change to what's the next? Bookmark, regional analysis. Regional analysis. Font, fill, um, shadow. Okay. And then style done. Now go to action. Action same. Click on the toggle it on and then click on the type bookmark and then bookmark select region analysis. And then button 2 is done. Then go for button 3 in the style. Turn on the text. Then change the text to product performance. Product performance. Font. Style your button again. Fill, color, and then go to action section and then toggle it on and then in the type, go to bookmark and then in the bookmark, select product performance. Once you've done that, all three buttons should be function. Now we are going to uh, check whether all these three buttons appears in all three bookmarks. In the bookmarks pane, click on Sales Overview Bookmarks. In the selection pane, the other visuals should be hidden. Then other visuals means from visual 2, 2 and 3 should be hidden. Except for the buttons. Buttons should be there. Then if the button collapse with your visuals, just resize it. Okay, once you've done that, and then go to then right click on Sales Overview in the bookmarks pane and click on Update. And then go to Regional Service, Region Analysis. Do the same, uncheck, hide the visual trees visuals. 1, 2, 3. And then make sure the button doesn't collide with your other visuals. And then right click again, region analysis and click on update. Then go to product performance. Same thing. Hide visual 1 and 2 and then make sure the button doesn't collide with your other visuals. Okay. Then right click and update. Then you can check it again. Now that all of it works, now we're going to test the interactive dashboard. Control click each button to test in editing mode. Sales overview buttons, cards and bar chart, line chart should appear in the regional analysis button. 3 map, stacked bar and metrics should appear and then in the products performance visual button should Tree map, donut, and table should appear. And then if there are wrong visual shows, you need to go back to the bookmarks, and in the selection pane, you should fix which one are collapsing with the visuals. Okay, so we're going to back to Power BI. We're going to click on the buttons by holding Control and click on it. So in the region analysis, it should appear. Product performance should function, and then sales overview should function. And that's all from our tutorial today. Thank you.